Well, hello enemies book lovers, my name is Ash, and welcome back to my channel. Our setup is a little bit different today because we are going to be doing something on my laptop. If you hear fan noises, this is like me when I used to do the Sims TPR videos, but if you hear fan noises, ignore them, please. I'm going to be tier ranking romance tropes. I've seen this a few times and I actually really like to watch these videos because I like to see what the creators like and dislike. So this might give you a little bit of an eye-opening point of view into my life because I'm going to like things that you might not like, and vice versa. Let me know if you like any of these, if you dislike any of these, give your opinions, and trash me if you need to, because I completely understand. What's the TikTok thing? We listen and we don't judge. There are going to be 25 different tropes, and I haven't looked at them yet. There's gonna be a complete surprise to me. So let's get into the ranking system. So this is my computer, obviously, as you can see. We have the 5 different categories. We have avoid at all costs, I'm assuming. We have not great, not, good. We have like, love, and God tier. So let's get into the tropes. I'm gonna try not to look at anything that's coming up and just look at the one I'm currently on. So the first one is a love triangle. I have a really bad history with love triangles. If you grew up in the 2000s with books, love triangles were so common, and I always ended up liking the guy that she did not choose. So I have a really bad history with love triangles. That being said, I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world, especially when you know who she's gonna choose. I'd rather have like polyamory than love triangles. I think for this one I'm going to choose, it's either avoid or I think I'm gonna go with It's not that big of a deal. To me, I'd rather it not be in my books, but if it's in my book, it's not a deal breaker. The next one is fake dating. I think that fake dating is good if it's done well, and I do find it kind of fun. I think I would just put this in like. I don't think it's an amazing trope, but I do enjoy it when it's done well. So I think I would put this in the like category. Next is sports romance. I read a decent amount of this, so I should probably put this in a higher one. My gut is saying I probably would put this in love. I really do like it. I love the Jacksonville Ray series. I want to get more into sports romance. I like the idea of a guy in sports, so I'll probably put this in love. It's kind of like on the lower end of love, but it's still there. Next is single parent. I actually kind of like this single parent trope because it's kind of endearing and sweet when the love interest comes in and kind of like helps take care of the kid. I actually don't mind it too much. I think I'm gonna put this in like. I only read one book like this, and it was the last book in Lord Asher's Dreamland Billionaire series. I've only read it once in my life, and I thought it was really cute and sweet. Accidental pregnancy. I actually don't mind pregnancy in my books, but I haven't really read many with accidental pregnancy, and I feel like this can definitely be annoying because it feels like it's like a drama point for the characters when in reality it shouldn't really be done. Like, it shouldn't really be a point of drama. It's kind of a weird way to do it. So I don't know if I like it or not. I haven't read many books with it, so it's hard for me to really say. I think it's more closer to because I feel like if it's done well, it's okay. But if it's not done well, it's abhorrent. So the lower end of the 4th category. The next one is bully romance. Oh, this is where my like past trauma comes in because I actually genuinely really like bully romance. And I think it's because I used to be bullied really badly. And some people don't want to touch books like this because of that. I'm the opposite. It feels like it's kind of like healing in a way because instead of being bullied and then left to deal with trauma and depression, they actually end up being together and it's kind of like a reconciliation. So for me, I actually enjoy bully romance a lot. I'm gonna put this in God tier, and I feel almost embarrassed to do it because that's a lot to talk about. I feel like I need to finish this list and then go to a therapist and talk about why these things are in the spots that they're in, because so far it's already kind of showing something about me, and I don't know how I feel about that. Brother's best friend. I don't know if I've actually read any books that are brother's best friend. Maybe just once ever in my life. I would say I like this. I haven't read enough books to have this trope for me to actually know if I really love it or not. So I'm gonna put this in I like it, I guess, for now. I mean, if I might try more books like this in the future, because I'm interested in finding out. So I'll put this in the like category. Next is friends with benefits to lovers. I don't really like the friends with benefits thing, so I might even put this in avoid, honestly. This is my first one I'm actually gonna put in the void category. I'm not really a huge friends with benefits person, so to me, it's not really appealing. It's not the worst thing ever though, but it's just like not really my thing. Next is workplace romance. Again, I don't think I've had many books like this, and even if I did, I don't know if I'd enjoy it. I might just put this one in because I don't really think I care for it. The only thing I read anything close to this was like the billionaire romances where the billionaires make them work with them. It's okay. Next is enemies to lovers. This one technically can be in God tier if it's done well. I think that Enemies to Lovers is very oversaturated, and I think that it's not done the way it's supposed to be done, as in like actually making it enemies to lovers. Like, in my opinion, Jude and Carden is perfect enemies to lovers. They take like a whole book and a half to even have romance start. I like books like that personally. I enjoy my enemies to lovers when it's done right. So if it's done right, it is in God tier. If it's not done right, it's in because it doesn't really seem like it's real enemies to lovers. So it's in God tier if done well. Next is teacher student. Oh, look, I'm not going to judge you if you like this. I'm more saying because I think about it in real life situations. Obviously, people can separate fiction from reality. I have a hard time kind of doing that sometimes. So teacher and student for me is a bit weird. I've only read one book like that with that in it, and I didn't love it. Like, I still feel like the relationship is strange. So for this one, I think I'm going to put this one in avoid. Like, if I can decide to read a book with it, I would rather just avoid it. If it's in the book I'm already reading and I'm already like 5 books into the series, like the one I'm talking about, I just continue to read it. But I don't love it. It's not my favorite. Next is strangers to lovers. So you mean like people that never met and then they become lovers? I feel like this is kind of normal, right? I guess this is how normal people kind of interact. They go from not knowing each other to being in a relationship. I guess I like it. It's not that big of a deal. Next is childhood friends to lovers. I find childhood friends to lovers cute and endearing, but I haven't seen it, again, very often. It feels like it's not very common in the romance space, at least from what I've seen. I do find it really cute and endearing, though. Do I love it or do I like it, though? That's the question. For now, I'm going to put it in like. It could go up. But things in the like category could go up because I feel like I definitely need to move some of these around later. But I think I just like this one because I think it is cute, but it's not a favorite. Next is slow burn. Oh my god. I love slow burn. Slow burn is the best ever. It's not really a trope, is it? It's more just like pacing of a romance. I love slow burn. The slower the better. If there's a trilogy and it takes a whole book and a half or so to get to any romance, that is my ideal situation. I love when it takes over one book for them to even kiss. So the slower the better. I don't like the opposite of slow burn. It probably will be coming up, but I love slow burn so much. Next is friends to enemies to lovers. I kind of like this one. I almost like this one more than enemies to lovers because they go from liking each other to like hating each other and then falling in love. I don't know, this sounds kind of fun to me. Either love or God tier. I don't know, again, if I've ever read any books like this, and if I have, I like the concept of it. So I might just keep this one in love, but I kind of like the idea of this. I might put, what am I gonna do? I might just keep this in love because I haven't read it, I don't think, but I love the idea of it. So if you have any recs for friends to enemies to lovers, please rec them to me because I'm very curious now. Next is age gap. Oh god. Oh no, age gap. I can ramble about age gap romances. Okay. From my experience, I don't really like age gap romances. And the reason why is because it kind of gives me the ick. And I know that like 2 consenting adults are consenting adults, so it's nothing really wrong with it. But I still find it really creepy when someone that is over the age of 30 is with someone that's either early 20s or a teenager. I don't like age gap. When someone is under the age of 25 with someone that is over the age of 30, I find it to be really creepy. If someone's like 32 and 42, that's fine. But like a 22-year-old and 32-year-old, there's still some weird imbalance with that. For me, at least. I know that like it can still work. And I know that, like I said, adults, they're adults. But it still creeps me out. Especially when it's like an 18-year-old and like a 30-year-old. There was one book I read and I despised it. And it was like a step-uncle and his step-niece or whatever you call it. And it was one of the worst books I've ever read in my life because of how disgusting it was. It was like an 18-year-old, like a 30-year-old, and I wanted to throw up. So, I don't like age gap. I think it's okay if the character was a little bit more aged up. If the female character was not like 22 or younger and the man wasn't above 30, I wouldn't mind it as much. But for some reason, it's always like a really young girl and an older man, and it makes me uncomfortable. So for the most part, I avoid age gap. If I can, I will avoid it. I will try it once in a while, but I really don't really like it. I don't mind if you like it. I know a lot of people do in the book space. I just have a really hard time liking it because I think of it in real life and it just really creeps me out. But it's okay to like it. I just don't, personally. One of Us is famous. I think I just put this in there. I don't really care that much for it. It's fine. I feel like it would be interesting, but I don't really care about famous people. Like, famous people I don't really find appeal in someone being famous, so it's whatever. I hate everyone in the world but you. God tier. God tier. It's just like, I am grumpy. I don't like anything. I don't want anyone. I don't whatever. But you, I'll make an exception for you. And honestly, 100%, I adore this. I probably like this at the second spot because just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. So good. Next one is Right Person, Not Enough Time. I would avoid that. I don't really think that's something I would be interested in. Like, that sounds like a negative thing. I'm not really a fan of that. I've never read it, but I don't think I would want to read it. Friends to Lovers. I don't mind Friends to Lovers. I think I would go into like, because I don't think I like it as much as childhood Friends to Lovers. Friends to Lovers is sweet, but again, it's not boring, but I don't really have a lot of experience with, and even if I did, I don't think I would gravitate toward books like that. So I like it, but I wouldn't like gravitate toward a book with this trope in it. Good boy, bad girl. I'm already kind of writing a book with this trope, so I obviously do enjoy it. I don't think it's God tier, but I definitely want to put it in the love category. The golden retriever with like the spicy like viper girlfriend. I kind of love that. I do kind of like that. So definitely we'll put that in the love category. I'm kind of like that with my relationship with my boyfriend. He's kind of like the more chill, docile one, and I'm more the feisty one. So maybe life imitates art, I guess. Forced proximity, instantly God tier. I love forced proximity. It makes it so that the characters have to be around each other, and it just gives such good tension and good banter, and I live for that. So 100%. Bad boy, good girl. I think this one is actually pretty similar to love. I actually might put this above the other one because the guy being this really tough person and then the girl just being, actually no, I don't know. These are pretty equal to one another because I do like it, but I think it is a little bit overplayed, but still I do like it. So I will put it in the love category. I do love it, but it can be a little bit overdone. Mafia romance. I have opinions on this. I might avoid this. It's just not really my thing. I think that mafia romance is a little bit iffy. Anything that kind of relies on real life events or real people, it makes me a bit strange to romanticize it, so I just don't really read it. I want to try it, but I definitely feel like I'm walking on eggshells when I read mafia romances because I feel a bit strange to do so because mafias and yakuza and everything exist in real life, and it makes me a little bit unsure how to feel. But I haven't really read it, and if I do read it, which I probably will try one day, I will give it a shot. Actually, I might just put this in because I don't hate it. I wouldn't avoid it, but it wouldn't be something I would grab. Grumpy Sunshine. So grumpy character and a sunshine character. This is very similar to like the bad boy, good girl thing. It's very similar. I guess I put this in love category. And the grumpy can be either the woman or the man in this relationship, and the sunshine could be vice versa. So I don't mind this. Again, it might be overdone a little bit, but I do like it. For the most part, I do like it. Bodyguard romance. God tier. The reason why it's in God tier is because it's forced proximity, and I love that. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in God tier. I don't really have much to say about it. I've only read like 1 or 2 books with this, but I want to read more. My friend Lorelai also likes bodyguard romances, so we have a little bit of a connection with that. I like it. I like the concept of it. I want to read more of it. Again, if you have any recommendations for this, please let me know because I really want to try it. Right person, wrong time. Again, avoid. It doesn't seem like a positive thing, and I just don't really like the concept of that, so just avoid it. Only one bed. I do like this trope. I'm gonna put this in the like, and I would have put this in a higher tier before, but this is kind of like overdone again. Like I see the only one bed trope all the time now, and it's kind of getting a little bit repetitive, and you can only do it so many times for it to be like unique. It's always like kind of the same concept and the same things are happening. So it's still, I do like it still, but it's not a favorite because I just see it so often now. And it's kind of like, all right, what else can you really do in this situation? But I do like it. When I see it, I'm always happy about it. But it's kind of like, okay, we've seen this before. I still like it. It's just, don't love it. And the last one is love at first sight. Avoid. Yeah, I'm avoiding that. That's pretty much just like almost the same thing as fast burn. Love at first sight is annoying to me. When a male character is introduced to a scene and instantly the female character is swooning over everything, his looks, his eyes, his hair, his muscles, I get so annoyed because it's just like, come on, you just met them. It's more, like I said, a me thing because I'm demi, which means that I'm not attracted to anyone until I get to know them, like their personality and stuff. If I hate someone's personality, I cannot find attraction in them, and that's probably why I don't like these things, because like I don't feel like that ever. So for me, it's just no. It's just no. It's a no for me. So this is my tier ranking list. Honestly, it's pretty equal. This is definitely an interesting moment in my life. I've never actually thought about tropes like this before and actually ranked them. So I'm actually kind of curious. Now I might want to look for books that actually have the god tier stuff and try them, or even try the ones I either avoided or said to, because maybe I'll like them. That's actually a cool concept. Reading the ones I didn't think I would like. Anyway, let me know if you have any that you would have different opinions on. Again, if I said anything that you didn't agree with, that's completely fine. If you like certain things that I don't like, that is completely fine too. Let me know. Tell me I'm wrong, because maybe I am. Maybe there's things that I wouldn't really like that you might want to recommend to me, or things that I do enjoy that you might want to recommend to me. I would be happy to take those recommendations because I love me some good romance. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Hope you're taking care of yourself, and I hope to see you all soon. Goodbye, everyone.